In the event of a war between Iran and Israel, it is crucial to understand how international alliances would play a role in shaping the conflict. Iran would likely receive support from Russia given their current strategic partnerships in Syria and their shared opposition to the United States' influence in the region. Israel would most certainly receive backing from the United States, considering their long-standing military and intelligence cooperation agreements that include shared defense systems. Iran could also expect some level of support from China, as they have economic ties through oil and infrastructure projects that China would want to protect in a time of conflict. NATO members, particularly the United Kingdom and France, might support Israel politically and possibly militarily, as they share interests in Middle Eastern stability and countering Iranian influence. On Iran's side, Iraq and Syria might offer logistical or indirect support due to their alliances with Iran's military presence in their countries, especially through proxy groups. Hezbollah, a Lebanese militia backed by Iran, would likely launch attacks on Israel's northern border, as they have done during past conflicts between the two sides. Saudi Arabia could support Israel discreetly, since they share concerns about Iran's influence and ambitions in the region, though they would avoid direct military engagement. Turkey's position would be complex, as they have diplomatic ties with Israel, but their government has shown sympathy toward Palestinian causes and Iranian interests in the past. The European Union as a whole would likely push for de-escalation and peace talks, while countries like Germany might offer Israel material support given their historic ties. Iran could receive backing from Yemen's Houthi rebels, who would likely use this conflict as an opportunity to target Israel's allies and disrupt the region further. Qatar might act as a mediator to prevent escalation due to its strategic relations with both Iran and the United States, while seeking to protect its regional interests. The Gulf Cooperation Council would likely be divided, with some countries like the UAE supporting Israel due to recent normalization deals, while others remain neutral. Egypt would maintain a cautious stance, supporting Israel diplomatically while trying to prevent any regional spillover that could impact its own national security. Palestinian militant groups in Gaza might intensify their attacks on Israel, as Iran would likely encourage and support their efforts during the conflict. Russia could use the war as an opportunity to challenge Western influence in the region by providing Iran with intelligence resources and perhaps military equipment. Jordan would focus on keeping its borders secure while possibly offering intelligence support to Israel to prevent Iranian influence from reaching its territory. India may support Israel diplomatically and economically considering their defense trade partnerships, but would avoid military involvement to maintain regional neutrality. In contrast, Pakistan might provide indirect support to Iran given their shared border and opposition to Israel, though they would likely keep their involvement minimal. A war between Iran and Israel would draw in many nations and alliances, reflecting the complex and fragile geopolitics of the Middle East, which would have global consequences.